Hello and welcome to my opinion archive. In today's video I finally get to discuss Star Wars Theory's Vader fan film, which is something I've been looking forward to for a very long time. Before I start talking about it, I will give you a warning. I'm going to spoil a lot about the things that are happening in the fan film, so if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it before watching this video. My first impression of Shards of the Past is that it's a really good movie. I think it's very well done. I really love the music and the acting. I feel like the actors are really doing a really good job, especially like the voice acting, because it sounds a lot like the original characters. Despite this, of course, being very, very short, I actually think it's very gripping. It really quickly drew me in, and I was very interested to see what was going to happen next. I personally look really, really much forward to part 2 and seeing how the story goes. One thing I thought was especially good was the introduction. I really loved the dream sequence in the beginning where Darth Vader is killing Sidious. I really think it's very strong and it is a very good start because it really makes you wonder why he is killing Imperial soldiers. When you see him fight Imperials, you're instantly starting to wonder what is happening and what's going on. I especially like the way that we slowly get to discover that it's Sidious that he's killing, that you don't really know it to begin with. So it makes a really big impact when you discover who he is actually attacking. I also really think the part where he uses the Force to stop a ton of blaster bolts is really well done. I think it looks awesome, and I like the way that it's sort of like Kylo Ren's ability, but in a much larger scale. And it just looks really awesome when he stops all these blaster bullets and then sends them flying back towards the troopers. I really loved the whole part of the scene where he sees Padme and she gets some yellow Sith eyes, and it turns out that she was sort of like a distraction from Darth Sidious. Of course, all of this is a dream, so it makes sense that it would happen weird things, but I really liked the way it was presented. So you get this feeling that Padme is his weakness, which is really a big part of Anakin and Darth Vader, that the love that Anakin had for Padme is his weakness, and that's of course also going to carry over to Vader in his early years. I also found the scene where he meets with Sidious to be really, really good in my opinion. I like the way that Sidious sort of tries to press Vader into killing him by taunting him and mocking him and saying things like, "Who put you in this armor? Who is your great enemy? Who is the one who's standing in your way?" That's not direct quotes, by the way. That's sort of how I remember it. I really think this scene captured Darth Sidious's manipulative nature very well. You see him taunting Vader, mocking Vader, trying to make him, become stronger in the dark side, and really try to become a Sith. But on the other hand, he's also just doing all this to really torment Vader and see how far Vader is willing to go. And I also think it shows Darth Vader's submissiveness very well, because the first scene we of course see that he wants to kill Sidious, and now Sidious is actually directly challenging him and telling him that he's aware that he wants to kill him, but he doesn't do it. And I think it perfectly illustrates the relationship between Sidious and Vader, that Darth Vader actually wants to kill him, and Sidious wants him to embrace this desire, but that Vader simply can't kill him, that he can't get himself to destroy him despite all the things he've done to him. Part of the scene I really found very well was when Darth Sidious sort of used the Force to grab Darth Vader's lightsaber and sort of hold it to his throat and really challenges him with it. I really think that was very, very great scene. As you can tell, I'm impressed by this movie, and I apologize if I repeat myself or use the word great too much, but that's just the first word that comes to mind when I think about this movie. Some quick notes about things I also liked in the movie was the fighting scenes. There wasn't that many, but I really liked the fighting scene between Darth Vader and Sidious in that dream scenario. I also really liked the fact that the clone troopers, says the boys in blue about the 501st. It really sounded like something clone troopers would say, and I also like the fact that the troopers are actually clone troopers, they are not stormtroopers yet. I like that little bit of continuity. A small complaint I have about the movie is that I think that the Darth Sidious, it didn't really fully look right about the person who plays Darth Sidious. But that's a very minor complaint because you can very quickly tell that it's Darth Sidious with the incredible voice acting, and the difference is not that large. But it sort of stuck to me every time I saw him that it didn't really fully fit. But that's of course really, really hard to do with iconic characters. So it's a very small complaint. Overall, I think the fan film or fan series, whatever you want to call it, I think it's really good. I think it shows the chemistry between Vader and Sidious very, very well. I think it has some great fight scenes, and I think it very quickly establishes Darth Vader's inner conflict, which I really think is an interesting thing to explore, because he isn't fully Darth Vader yet. He's still kind of Anakin Skywalker, and I like seeing this early Vader and how he thinks and feels about the things in the life he is now. I am very excited to see how they will handle Mace Windu in the future. How that chemistry between Vader/Anakin and Mace is going to show in the movie. Just in the end here, I'm going to say, well done, Star Wars Theory. I look forward to seeing what comes next, and I think this is a really great project. As always, this has been my opinion archive. I hope you found this video interesting, and if you've seen the movie, please tell me what you think about it. Just a quick note in the end. I have realized that I may, throughout this video, have jumped between terms of how I speak about this, whether or not I call it a fan film, a fan series, or a movie. I would like to apologize for that, but I didn't want to redo the entire video, so I hope it isn't too much of a problem.